My name is Aaron Levant. I'm the president of Agenda. We're here in San Diego today at the Agenda Tradeshow, January 24th and 25th and 26th. Check it out. Agenda is different than most other traditional trade events just because of the mellow atmosphere, the mellow stance we take with our registration policies, just everything about it is just simpler. We don't have unions, we don't have all this just complicated stuff associated with other trade shows. The cost is much lower. And then, that's just from a strategical standpoint, but as far as just a show, the atmosphere and the brands we're catering to are on a higher level of design aesthetic, and we're really looking for new fresh graphics, exciting new design, exciting branding, but it has to be in a very certain genre of like men's and women's streetwear that is very conscious of graphic design, very conscious of their branding, very conscious of where they sell their brand to, and we look into all those things when considering a brand for the show, and everything surrounding and all those people coming together creates a good synergy here at Agenda. I think in the beginning we had only independent small companies because we were unknown, and the big companies have to be very sure what they're doing. Big companies, they don't just, probably how they got big is anytime an opportunity arises, they don't just jump at it. So now being our 10th show in San Diego, our 11th show competing with ASR, a lot of the big companies have come around, and now the show's being taken a lot more seriously by the big buyers. And that has part to do with just the agenda we've been pushing and the type of brands we have and where the market's going, but now the big companies are here and the big brands have to deal with some of the bigger companies. I wouldn't say we have the huge companies, but we have companies that are big enough to command a presence of the industry's most prestigious and heaviest pens. I mean, I would say we have, kind of big staple brands of the show that I think drive a lot of the traffic and kind of say what the show is all about. Brands like Stussy, Obey, Fresh Jive, brands like that. They've been around, they've been industry veterans, they've helped create this market, and they've been around for anywhere from 10 to 15, some of them 20 years. And, and then we got other brands which are dictating the market today, like 10 Deep, Crooks and Castles, The Hundreds, A-Life, some of our most prestigious, newcomers that are now dictating where the market goes and what trends are popular and, the way that stores are designing and their brand lineup. So I would say everything from the guys that originally started this to the guys that are making waves now, and everyone in between are here at Agenda. And then I'd say we have some other guys who are maybe a little off to the left, but definitely still an important part. Brands like Ambiguous and some of our more mainstream action sports brands, which are, bringing a lot of the core business, and then those guys are circulating around and then finding some other new exciting brands to look at the show. I've seen the whole market has gone very clean. I would say about a year and a half, 2 years ago, is this all over print, Japanese American streetwear trend, Bape, bright colors, crazy sneakers. I think that's kind of fallen off, and the brands that were dictating that are now doing a very clean aesthetic, very basics, military looks, and then other brands are still that kind of 80s electro pop mixed with rock. Trend is coming in, but I think it's kind of like clean is king this season. You have to have a nice collection, nice details, nice fabrics, a good representation, good branding. Before it was an item-driven market, and now it's a branded-driven market, and people are looking for brands and everything from that brand opposed to just a good sweatshirt or a good hat or a good pair of sneakers. They didn't care where they were getting it from. Now people are very conscious of who they're buying what item from. Yeah, I mean, all those things are, part of youth culture, and you can't just have one without the other. The show would be boring. So this time we got, 4 or 5 of the guys from Seventh Letter Crew painting live, doing an Agenda piece in the lobby. We have so many people contact us about playing music at the show. Almost all the brands are tied in with some kind of musical act or DJ. Right now we got Neil Nice, he's the music director for Echo Unlimited, is playing on the turntables right now. Got the guys from Armory, massive DJs down here in San Diego. We got Them Jeans and Royal Rumble from LA, going to be playing here later this afternoon and tomorrow. So, every brand just wants to contribute as far as the art and packaging of the show, and just, so many cool collaborators come to us every show, and we just get to pick and choose. Originally, we were always slated for a rapid expansion, and we've grown a lot, but the market in general, not just for this type of apparel, but for apparel and the economy overall has been doing bad. So intentionally, we actually kept the show smaller than we had potential to do this time. We actually turned a lot of people away because we wanted it to be tight and focused, and in this bad market, we want to pull through it and be as strong as we were before the bad market, so we intentionally kept the show really tight. So going forward, we'll be a lot more critical about who's coming in and making sure every brand and every person that's involved is pulling their weight and bringing something and adding it to the show, and not just another brand that just takes up space. We're really conscious of who's going to be in and really looking into who they are and what their infrastructure looks like.